how to overcome limiting beliefs. In this video, you're going to discover the one secret thing that is holding you back, that you don't even know about, that is stopping you from getting that next promotion. My name is Laura Chattington. I am the lead trainer at activatemycareerlive.com, and I'm really pleased you're here. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't already, sign up at the next masterclass that we do. We do a free masterclass, and sign up at activatemycareerlive.com. So I was thinking this morning that I was thinking about the one thing that I needed earlier on in my career, but I wasn't aware that I needed it, if that makes sense. But the thing is, it gave me huge amounts of confidence when I communicated, which meant that when I communicated with senior people in senior and sort of high pressure meetings, I was able to go in and really perform at my best. But it kind of took me a really, really long time to figure this out. In the beginning, I'd go into these important meetings, these interactions, and I'd be like feeling like I get in my stomach, feeling really tense. I'd be feeling tense, and I would be under pressure, and I'd come out of those meetings feeling totally frazzled. And at the time, I had this coach who was helping me with my career, and I went and said to her, what am I doing wrong? Why am I feeling like this? And she actually got me to go through how I prepared what I said, how I said what I said to myself when I was sort of going in, during, and out of the meeting. And she said to me, "Do you know, Laura, I know exactly what your problem is." I was like, "Oh, thank you. Someone knows what my problem is." She said, "You are lacking certainty when you are communicating." And I was like, oh. She said, because what goes on inside is what you communicate outside. What goes on inside of you is what you are going to communicate outside of you. So it's logical, if you're freaking out or you're stressed or you're tense inside, then that's what you're going to communicate to the outside world. Or if you're feeling uncertain, that's what you're going to communicate to the outside world. So when you lack certainty in yourself, how would you get anyone else to buy into you and what you're saying? And those conversations when you have those conversations with people and they're kind of saying stuff, but you're kind of like, something doesn't feel right, or there's just something a little off, right? So how do you become certain in what you're saying when you communicate? How do you get that certainty? And actually, there is a way. Think of something that has already happened. Maybe maybe you got married once, maybe you got divorced, maybe you had children, maybe you went out for dinner last weekend, maybe you went on a holiday to Portugal, maybe you got an award at work, whatever it was, something that has already happened. It's already happened. Just name that one thing that you've already accomplished. Got it? Just one thing. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. You did it. There's not a ton of emotion or kind of hoopla or anything. It is what it is. It's done. You did it. It's done. And when you speak with that level of certainty, when you communicate with that kind of level of certainty, then that's when you're going to get other people to buy into what you're saying. So how many of you would like me to go deeper into some of the practical ways of being more certain in those interactions, being certain? Because some people think it's like, right, you've got to jump up and down and you know, that kind of bigging up, and it's exhausting, right? It's exhausting. And believing that you're going to be confident and having that certainty is much more about relaxation than it is about kind of forcing it. And this is really cool. What you need to do is start to see and hear the reactions of the other people in the meeting, in the interaction that you want to have happen. Start to see and importantly hear what it is that you want them to be saying when you want when what has happened has occurred. And for instance, let me give you some practical examples. So one time I was going into this meeting with over 20 senior professionals, and I had to present, and then I had to answer like a Q&A with them, like answer their questions. And I wanted it to go amazing. So I actually spent time visualizing and meditating. And when I say meditating, right, my definition of meditating is closing my eyes, not talking. So whatever that means to you. I started meditating and visualizing how the other people in the room were going to interact with me, what were they saying. I started hearing the reactions of the people in the room when I had communicated confidently. I started seeing and hearing that, looking at their faces when I had gone in and given that presentation in the way that I wanted it to go. And that confidence comes down to certainty. So why don't you make up the stories in your head that are awesome, rather than that imposter sitting on your shoulder telling you everything's going to go wrong? Start seeing and hearing the responses of the meeting, of the people in the meeting, the way you want it to go. So like, Laura, that was an awesome presentation. We really buy into what you're saying. Or Laura, can you come and do that with our team? We want you to come and do that presentation and do that work with our team. Or Laura, we want you to be the lead. We want you to be the leading expert in this. Will you come and be a guest speaker in our next meeting? Start hearing from other people of what you want to happen. So you start imagining how that meeting is going to go well, but also hearing and seeing and watching the reactions of other people when that's going around. And really important to hear what they're saying to you. So what you're listening to and what you're running through your head is the way you want it to go. That is awesome. That's spot on. We want you to do that job. We want you're hired. We're going to give you that promotion. Whatever it is, start by visualizing and seeing these interactions going really well. And as I said, my definition of meditating the meetings going well is sitting quietly, eyes closed, no talking. And then what you got to do is get grateful and start saying that out loud. Thank you for that meeting to go awesomely. Thank you that they gave me the job, or thank you, they thought I was awesome, they can give me the promotion, or thank you, the project has got the green light. Whatever it is, start saying it out loud. Because it's enough to know. I always think in those tense situations, those meetings where you're feeling the pressure, as Joseph Campbell says, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. And I like to say your past doesn't define your future when you take action and you start implementing the right tools to get the end results that you want. So test it out. Go into your next meeting having gone through that process with as much certainty that you know it's already done, and see what happens. And if you haven't already, as I said at the beginning of the video, subscribe to the channel and if you want, if you're feeling overworked, underpaid, or stressed or stuck, and you want to get to your next promotion, you want to get to that next level in your career, and you want to be doing it again and again and again and again, then register for our next masterclass, the Activate My Career Live masterclass at www.activatemycareerlive.com. And I really look forward to seeing you there, and go into your next meeting with 100% certainty, and you're going to be awesome. So join us at the masterclass, www.activatemycareerlive.com. And I look forward to seeing you next time.